All right. Well, I guess I'm back at it bright and early this morning after being here last night. Still wanting to know from the audience whether or not you would like to see me start from scratch. I think that there might be some value in that from a... Oh, looks like I'm streaming at the same time as Schmuck. Well, that's unfortunate. Whether we should start from scratch or if there's value in continuing on, let me know what you'd like to see in the audience there. Let me know if you want to see a new character start solo self-found. Need more coffee before I start doing this. My head is definitely very foggy, so definitely not doing a hardcore character, though I probably wouldn't anyways. Anything at all in chat will let me know. At any rate, excuse me while I do this. All right, back at it. So, if I don't hear anything from chat, I'm just going to continue on where I left off yesterday with my main account. What I was doing is working on opening up some towers so that I can essentially buff the map. That might sound a little odd if you know anything about PoE. That's how this works, or PoE2. That these towers allow you to insert tablets in them. I don't know why you can't look at what buffs in it, but there are buffs in this tower in the form of tablets. Once you clear a tower successfully, you can tell this one's been done because it says map completed. That's really kind of stupid that it doesn't have the ability to show what buffs this tower is giving to the maps within its radius. And that's what these circles represent. They're showing the radius of specific towers that have buffs in them. And I guess I could do this one as well, but it's only going to grab a couple of maps, but it's still not the worst idea. But those precursors don't drop all that often, and that's what you use to buff maps. So what the maps can do is give you more monsters, they can give you more loot, they can have a higher chance of dropping waystones, and we show you that in the game. I have quite a few in my tablet stash. I don't know about quite a few, but so what it can do for the maps that are in range within that ring that you saw on the map, on the atlas, is this one would give 13% increased quantity of items found in the map, so just more stuff in general dropping, and 19% chance to contain an essence. There's these little fights that you have to do, sub-fights, that will reward you with essences, and essences are these things that can control how you craft some items. There's lesser and greater. I really don't know the mechanics between when those will drop, but it is what it is. And I'm not really essence hunting at the moment. I'm too much of a scrub, but it's not every map will do those things. These three all have essences, but this one will have an essence and 10% more rare monsters, meaning more better loot, more gold plus essences. This one gives more rarity of the items that actually drop, plus it gives a greater chance of a strong box to spawn, which strong box still kind of very meh. At any rate, as you can see, they have different influences, and what it says there with the 7 maps are irradiated, that means 7 random maps within that circle will be what's called irradiated, and it increases the level of the monsters within those irradiated spots. Kind of a long explanation as to what that actually does, why you want to have higher level mobs to fight against. It has to do with the base item level dropping, or base item level of the drops. And what that does is it allows higher suffixes and affixes, meaning the stats that are on items, being capable of dropping. So you want to have them irradiated so that the base level, like level 81 mobs versus level 82 mobs, can actually increase the quality, the inherent qualities of the items that are dropping. As you see, there's different like artwork on the tablets, and that actually has something to do with the significance of that innate. You notice all these are irradiated up here. That's this picture. This one, with this picture, it will make 6 of the maps within range contain ritual altars, and you need ritual altars to get some specific currency. The rituals are kind of tough for me. It's just kind of 50-50 when I die, depending on the layout of the map. Like if they're in tight corridors, that kind of sucks. I'm not very good at the game, like I said, but it can have like the same suffix and affixes. I just haven't juiced these tablets yet. This artwork on there means that they're likely to contain, or there will be 5 maps within range that contain Mirrors of Delirium, and those drop a different type of currency, which I am interested in. We can go into all these things, but what I'm really trying to show you is that I'm trying to get the towers to unlock so that I can juice the maps in their range with these different things. This one is a breach tablet. This one is a boss tablet, meaning there'll be an actual boss in there. I wonder what happens, like if there's already a boss in the tile that, or in the map that it's trying to influence. I don't know how that works. I don't know how a great deal of the game works. At any rate, good morning, hopefully, or whatever time of the day it is, or night where you are. It's morning here, snowy morning up here in the snowy Cleveland area. Still trying to shake the rust out of my head with some coffee. I was up pretty late. Streaming for you all. All right. So unless I hear anything different, I am going to continue on with the journey that I was working on last night and just kind of pick up where we left off. So I actually want to switch because I want one character to be the beefiest that I have. That monk is level 86. But I guess you could call her main because she's more capable of clearing things than my monk, at least at my skill level. She is level 88 and getting closer to level 89. I will switch when the map is better for the monk to do. She does terrible in tight places that have lots of doorways and corridors and things of that nature. So auguries, hidden grotto, not the best for her, but it's not the worst. Any place that has, like I said, doorways, it's just absolutely abysmal for her. And I just don't want to do any of those Sun Foundry maps. Those are god awful. That's bad for her. All right, let's get to it. I welcome any and all chat, so just let me know if you're breathing or mouth breathing. Either way, join the club if you are mouth breathing. So as you can tell, it was an augury that I did last night with that monk. He did fairly well at clearing it. I used the lower level map. I just don't want the hassle with it. So the next one is going to be a tier 15, and we're going to juice that. Let me show you how you juice maps. There are 3 types of currency that you can crack. Well, there's more, but we're going to use 3 types of currency just because they're fairly easy to get, and I have a bunch of them. And that'll be the Orb of Transmutation, because this is a base item level, has a white name. So now we're going to make it, it means it's non-magic. We're going to make it magic. And it gave it 2 affixes, so I think that what that means is if we hit the Alt key, You can see it says, maybe you can see it on the left here. It says prefix, and it only shows one. Well, maybe. That means it has room for another. You can only have like one prefix and one. Well, you can only do it twice. I don't know if you can have two prefixes and suffixes. Now it's a prefix and suffix. So if I tried to do either of these again, it would tell me it's not normal. That was the first one we did. And then I've already put one on there, and there's only room for two. Either two prefixes, two suffixes, or a prefix and a suffix. And it's going to tell me, oh, there's no more room. No space for more mods. But what I can do is I can change a magic item, which is what this is. It's got a blue name to it, and it'll have a yellow name to it when I do this, and it'll change it to a rare. And the main reason that I'm doing this, if you look at this, that waystone drop chance up top there, the innate in gray, it says plus 95%. I want more maps to drop, or more waystones to drop, so I can do more maps. And it did not do it. It just gave me a 68% increased gold fine. Alright, well, it is what it is. Not the best. You know, this looks kind of bad, the graphics. Do I have it? Is it just because of the aspect ratio? Let's take a look at that. Is there anything I can do to increase that? Custom window resolution, ultra performance. Let's go with some quality. I wonder what that is. I don't know what that is. Let's try that. Texture quality? We'll go with high. I'm showing you. Shadow quality? We'll go with high. High. We're getting high. I don't really like a lot of bloom. It kind of bothers me. And I don't know that water detail really matters much. Don't see a lot of water. I don't know the rest of it. You can watch other streamers. They'll probably walk through those selectable options. Maybe this is a little better. It's a little less fuzzy, I think. Looks like it's pretty responsive, so we'll go with that. We'll try it. What's the worst that can happen? I die and lose 10% XP when I have no chance of gaining 10% XP on this map. So we are starting from 82% on this map. So if I die, I go back down to 72% if I walk in. But we'll check at the end. I'll try to remember to check at the end and see how much XP percentage-wise I earned on this map. Now, 15 is the highest that I have. It's the highest I think that you can do. Man, loading in just, I don't know why it chews up so much, so many resources there. But it does. And let's make sure we grab the checkpoint here, which is a new thing that they added in the last patch this week. It's kind of nice. And then we're just going to get to clearing. And these are new towers, which is nice as well. The old towers sucked and were boring, and they were bad for me because there's a boatload of freaking doorways. You see how there's like a tight choke point? It's likely that many of my dudes are going to get left behind here when I go through. Indeed they are. See what I mean? I would be charging up here bravely all Leroy Jenkins without my entire team. They really need to fix that. Get off me. They thought I had a pretty mouth. And so I always try to trace out one edge of the map so that I eventually get the entire map. Oh, get off me. A bloodstone amulet. Just as long as it's a higher level amulet, that's kind of one of the things I'll pick up. I don't pick up a lot of things, and not really going to go into my manual loot filter, meaning things that I'm interested in picking up. I'll pick up most yellows, if not all of them. I'll pick up socketed items, which show with the little dot, 1 or 2 dots, depending on how many sockets it has. I will pick up superior items, and I will break all those down for their components. Oh, get off me. Kill that guy. This is a shrine, or I don't know what they call those. Off shrine, I guess. So now I'm dropping those lightning bolts. Thank you. The game buffed me. Ooh. Oh, that's me. Scared myself with my own buff. That's what those lightning bolts dropping from the sky are. It's actually that buff on me is nuking the enemies. Oh, chaos enemies. My chaos resistance sucks. I think it's currently at 10%. That's not great. Ooh, good golly. My lightning is low. That's bad. So I could probably use some more gear, though I don't see a tremendous amount of lightning damage coming through. Probably why I get one shot by it when it does happen. But I kind of need all the stats that are on my gear. Haven't found better or haven't bought better. At least not for now. I'm hoping doing these repeated maps will eventually give me some gear upgrades. I haven't had gear upgrades in a really long time. Probably since even starting maps. So probably the same gear since like level 59 or so. That's not true. I mean, I've upgraded my wand, I think. But it was a very minor upgrade. You can't get resistances on your wand. So that wouldn't help anyways. Just letting my skellies do their work. Not sure why they were just chilling on that last spot. Like, oh, that was a lot of work. Good break. Unionized skeletons. See, that one had it. This one has that little dot. I know that it has a socket on it. And I grab anything that's superior. It's got a prefix of superior. So I want that. As far as the other items, that's just more based on like things I want for my characters. And if I build a new character for you guys to kind of start a new journey and show you, I don't know, like step by step, that it's possible with somebody that's not very good at the game to do some things. There's an essence. I'll do it in solo self-found mode so that we know that I'm not cheating and buying stuff. I'll also just use an empty stash tab rather than using things, because it's kind of weird. It says solo self-found, but you actually can get items from your other characters that have played. So it's more like account self-found, not solo self-found. At any rate, I would do that probably starting with a witch. It'll be a little slow. So this has like a little ritual kind of thing here, and it will contain an essence, right? So before I spawn it, I just go ahead and put up my fire rings with my little raging spirits, and then I click it and run out of there. And let my duders go to work. Get off me. So this must be a corrupted map. Oh yeah, that's right, it is corrupted. Like almost this entire area was corrupted. And what that means, see these little red dots that drop? When mobs die, they have a chance of dropping those little red dots, and when enough of those little red dots or whatever mechanic and the game decides it's time to spawn these extra baddies. Like there, it's hard to see with all that chaos, but I know that it spawned extra baddies. That's what these guys are, these demons. And there's a main demon that shoots some really hurty stuff. That it's blood magic, and there's no resistance for blood magic or poison. So if you look, there's resistance for fire, cold, lightning, chaos, but nothing for blood or poison. So those just hurt. I see an expert crescent. Nope. I think I'm just going to stick with the expert long staff being the only ones that I pick up that are white anymore. Or normal items, I should say. Or trying to craft my monk something better. He's got a moderately decent staff. I guess I should stop wasting resources on it. I've been doing that, and yeah. He's got a moderately decent staff. Now this is another like type of shrine, but instead of dropping lightning bolts on enemies, it's a plus to experience. So it'd be a nice little boost, especially considering how close I am to leveling. Looks like we're getting up towards 90%. So maybe I get 10% from this map, depending on how much longer it goes. I suspect not too much longer. This is actually a tower map. Oh, there's that extra. Oh, no. Eesh. Get off of me.
None can oppose me.
Those guys hurt. Oh, a couple of superiors. And uh-oh. Uh-oh. Too greedy. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to my... Oh, you know, we're gonna come back and pick this up because I got a XP buff. Yep, not anymore. Now I'll go back to town. That was kind of stupid. Didn't think about it. It is early. But those XP buffs don't last very long. Which seems kind of weird.
Speak. Indeed. Hello.
Alright, so we're going to break these down. We'll get these Regal Shards. The Regal Shards will help me juice my maps. But I don't want to break down something that's like uber, except for a mace. I don't know anybody that uses those. But I definitely break down only the rares and legendaries for chance shards. Chance shards are these things, and you can see they're very rare to make a chance orb. Once you get 10 of any of these shards, they make their other component piece. So this is an artificial shard. Once you break down 10 socketed items, or 10 sockets, you get these artificer's orbs, which will allow you to put sockets in weapons, except for caster weapons. But that's how I put the sockets, probably, in these items. They can either spawn with sockets on them, or you can add sockets to your helm, chest, gloves, and boots. If you have a martial weapon, you can put sockets in it. Casters, you are ass out. So, no sockets for you. At least not yet. So we'll go ahead and put away some of our other... I'm not going to go through every single thing here all day. That would be tedious. But suffice it to say, I'm just breaking stuff down that I picked up in that run to clear my inventory to be able to pick up more stuff to break down and put in. But this is how you craft items. You know, make things the way you want, or you can boost base items like this thing, or like the map, which is what I'm currently really wanting the resources for. So here's an essence. This was a attack modifier essence. I had 3 of them. I have 4 of them. I got 1 map. Oh, I didn't put away the other currency. Duh. I've got some amulets and rings that I'm working on, trying to boost them, and that's a level 80, so I definitely want to keep that. I think maybe level 82 items are the highest in the game at the moment. I could be wrong. Do not quote me on that, but I've seen level 82 items. And then we put away Elon's map. So I haven't replaced yet the tier 15 map that it took me to open up, or tier 15 waystone that it took me to open up this map. Hopefully we get one that drops, or a combination that we can combine them together. You take 3 of a lower level and they make one higher level. Hopefully we see one. Towers, however, are not great for dropping extra waystones. I don't know why. But this map is supposed to be juiced with waystones. So does it say how many? 148% increased chance to drop waystones, and we've had 1 drop. And it could be any level, and when it's a tier 15 map. So it could be a level 1 map that it drops. Or waystone. Oh, I think we're done. Yep, sure are. This is the precursor beacon, so now I can put an additional buff on all of my maps. I'm done with this map. There's nowhere else to go. We've already cleared the whole thing. So now I can take one of these precursor tablets. And I definitely need more waystones at the moment. So we're going to juice these jokers. How about we clean up our inventory first? That one scepter. Looking to see if it's got like 175 spirit on it, or 5 to mob, plus 5 to minion skill levels. If it doesn't have one of those, it gets nuked. This gets nuked. You can see the spirit up top is 100, so no bonus to spirit and no bonus to minion skill levels. For example, like this one has a bonus spirit of 45% and plus 4 to all minion skill levels. But I got this at like level 58 or 59. So, well, put this currency away. I think I was connected right to another map, so once you complete a tower map, it gives you this one place to put this tablet. So I drop that joker in there. Then I influence, and bling. So now we should see another ring. So you can see the sphere of influence when you click on it is there. This one, this ring influence is here. So you're going to have all these that are caught concentrically within the middle, having all the extra buffs. So this gives me 30%. So there was already a percentage of increased waystones. So these remaining maps really have a chance of dropping them. All right, so here is yet another augury, which can blow my baloney. I'm not doing that with this character. And I just want to get it open. I don't really care if the drops are phantasmic. So I am going to switch characters. So if I have a recommendation to newer folks out there, I would start with the main character of a minion build, because you have all those minions out there taking the heat instead of you. And they go do the killing for you, so it gives you a little time to think and position and move, and it just gives you time to learn the game. It's very solid at finding stuff, so you can help provide items to the rest of your characters. And I would start with the witch, and probably go all the way through like at least like tier 5 maps with the witch first to get enough decent gear, and then build a monk, because monks are really super fast at clearing maps, in my opinion. Plus they're fun to play, but you need gear for it. It's more gear dependent than the witch is. Since the monk doesn't have to wait for mobs or minions to catch up through doorways, this place is full of doorways. I would rather use the monk to clear an augury or other bad maps. I think this was mentioned in the dev chat. That these are not favorite maps. So I'm going to take a lower map and hope that it drops some more maps that I can combine together and well, that has a 125% chance to dropping maps, so I'm going to juice it just one last time with a Regal. Okay. So, supposedly increasing the pack size and number of magic monsters is supposed to be better for you, for better drop chances and whatnot. But when you're just trying to clear a map, I don't know that it's the greatest thing. Now, oh, we didn't look and see what my yo. It's like a harder version of Diablo. It also has a lot more game systems. It's a bit more complex, but it has a similar feel to a Diablo. And the creators that made the game, this is Path of Exile 2. The Path of Exile creators actually were big fans of Diablo 2. So a chunk of their inspiration came from Diablo 2. And good morning to you, Dual Brain. Nice to see you, buddy. Can't wait till you start doing flea markets again. When are you going to get back to that? So for anybody else lurking and watching, Dual Brain does flea markets on Sunday mornings to find other collectibles, and it's I find it very cathartic to watch him get out there freezing his butt off and struggle busting to get his coffee at, oh my god, early in the morning. Not gonna get me out of the house at that time. Oh, gem cutter prism. Oh, kill these things first. Oh, because that's a good way to get dead, is to go after your loot before you finish killing the monsters. Whoa. Alright, bro. Chill your pill. This is what I mean. See all these doorways? If I brought my minion build in here, whoa, they'd be getting stuck all the damn time. So I like those gem cutter prisms. Those, I don't want to explain what they do. That's a little complex. In essence, make your skills, which are controlled by these gems that you socket, better. Wait, yes. Is that right? Maybe not. Are these ones? Yeah, those make you, those level, make the quality of the gem that you socket to give you your skills down here that you use better. To a limited capacity. I don't know which way I'm going. I'm retracing stuff I've already done. Like I said, early in the morning. Brain is not braining. My brain. Not Dual Brain. My brain is not braining so well at this time in the morning. I can see there's another rare spawn over here. Let's try to clear the path. Get my temporary buff up. Then we're going to go in here and huzzah. Drop my bell. Kill his face. Now, rattling scepters. I still need a... Oh. Hello. Goodbye. I need those rattling scepters for my other character. And it's funny that, like, if you want monk gear, it's more likely to drop from the sorceress. If you want sorceress gear, it's more likely to drop from the monk, and etc. You get the idea. And a cross-pollination, I think, is the idea that they have for playing for some reason. That they want the trade skill system or trade system to be based off of cooperation. So we need this lever. It's going to open up the middle of the map. I'll show you that here in a second. Oh, look, I didn't kill everything. There's another gem cutter prism. Look at that. You don't get those to drop every map.
Meet the dreamer.
Uh-huh. He met the dreamer for sure. So cold when you go. I bet it is. I need to do that, man. I need to do that. So I need to unlock... Oh, great. There's an essence in here. But I need to unlock this door in order to get in the middle where all these rare mobs are in order to complete the map, and you gotta click 3 of these levers. So I gotta clear the area around here to get to 3 of those levers and hold them to open up the middle. I also have to kill all the other rares that may be lurking about in these hallways and rooms. Oh, I was going in that direction and stopped for some bizarre reason. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go, but you know me, I can't really walk long distances because my fat ass has diabetes and my feet don't last so good. That's why I can't really go too much anymore to the conventions and things, unfortunately. How's the family? I'd be excited. I don't remember. Was your newborn born before Christmas? Christmas is going to be if you celebrate it, it's going to be a big time around the house. Loved it with my children. Yeah, I'll pick up that ring. It'll be a base to start crafting on, like I was talking about earlier. Because unfortunately, it seems like most of the best items in the game are either going to be crafted or dropped by monsters. There's another one of those levers I need to pull, so that'll be 2 out of 3. Oh, somebody tried to drop a boulder on my head. There's a snake in my boot. This means there's also still a corrupted map, which really sucks. These guys are blood. Anytime you see red, oh. Man, all that poison. I couldn't stand there and beat on them because that poison was not great for my health. And if that had been a unique, or I mean a legendary, that'd have been great. Very valuable item. Oh wow, that's gonna be an adventure, a Christmas baby. That's yeah. I almost want to say that's unfortunate because it kind of takes away from, you know, it being their special time of year for their birthday. Oh, get off me. My own bell blocks my doorway? That's kind of stupid. I mean, it'll make it convenient that you only buy stuff one time a year, but I don't know, somehow it just always feels like kids get shortchanged when their birthday is around Christmas. They don't quite get as many gifts because you're not spacing out the payment plan over the year for all their different birthday gifts. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Maybe do like the Christmas in July for her and celebrate her. Oh, I don't know how to do that. So it's always, like I said, it's always kind of an unfortunate logistical thing. And then if you get more gifts for the one child versus the other for Christmas because of the birthday right after, then the other child's going to feel shortchanged. Yeah. Like I said, that's kind of almost an unfortunate thing logistically. But you're a smart guy. I'm sure you'll figure something out that'll make it feel equitable. Alright, now I could go straight for the middle because I can see there's no more in my mini-map. There's no more. See, I hate that. It takes the animation to pull the lever. Why does it have to take 5 minutes while you're being shot at by other monsters? So you see the only rares to get credit for completing the map are in this direction. That's how I know they're in this middle section, and you can actually see them. All three of them are here. I have no more rares that I have to kill in the outside, outer edge. Oh. Here I was yakking and now I missed the ability to buff myself, so. There. Now I got my lightsaber going. Oh. Much chaos stuff. Let me see if I can clear as much of these extra monsters as possible. Oh! Well, that just happened. That's unfortunate. I lost 10% XP. I lost all the buffs on the map right before I was about to kill the bosses. Yeah. And now I have to use a different map to clear the map, and I have to clear the whole damn thing again. Good morning, time capsule. Need to continue on the journey. Damn. All right, I'm just gonna use a garbage map. I have more tier 8 stuff, and I just want to get through it. So, actually, I'm just gonna use one of the ones I picked up. Why not? Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Of course.
I got spanked. But that's this game. There's a mantra: one shot or be one shot. As you saw, it was just like, boom, you're dead. Like I knew it was going to be trouble. I was trying to clear it carefully, and I was not careful enough, apparently. But it looked like something was rezzing those skeletons, so they were just going to keep coming back, and I had to take a shot at getting one of the bosses dead. But that thing with the fire thing, I probably should have killed that thing first. It's not so much being unprepared, and Diablo is definitely much less spiky if you play it. And understand, I suck. Hence the title of this thing and the thumbnail. I'm not joking. I am not good at this game. Like, this isn't even endgame content. I mean, there's citadels after this and pinnacle bosses. So, yeah. I am so not prepared for that if I'm getting killed by chunk mobs on a level. That was just a tier 14 map, though it was juiced. Still, I should have been able to clear that with ease. So now I'm backing down. I'm going to go with the level 10 map. Not going to juice it. Well, maybe I'll juice it a little bit. You got to make time, Dual Brain. You only go around the sun so many times. You got to do the things you want. And if it's not what you want, then, you got to weigh that out. And clearly, if you really wanted this, you'd make the time for it. But as you age, and your kids grow up a little and they take care of themselves a little more rather than you having to take care of them, you begin to, you begin to free up some of your time. Plus 5. Yeah, I feel you. And you're going to be busy. I hate to tell you, you got probably a good, with a brand new youngster. I mean, once they're in like 6th grade is probably when it really starts freeing up some time. So about another decade, bro, that you're going to be pretty busy. And then depending on how much stuff they're into in their junior and high school stuff, if you maybe, and then if they have babies of their own, then you got to participate. It could take some of your time up. That's for sure. So, parenting is a lifelong commitment for sure. Elon's map. Yeah, I'm just going to take this tier 10. I'm going to juice it just twice. Hopefully I don't get any burning just on the ground. Okay, that's fine. Sell this scepter because I crafted it with garbage. That is garbage. That is hot garbage. These are hot garbage. And I lost 10% XP. And I'm going to get no XP for going back in there. Damn it. I shouldn't have juiced the map so much. I was kind of pushing it. I knew it. But that one was not a case of it being the augury. It's just that there were 3 bosses all together in the middle there, which kind of made it difficult. I should have tried to separate them some more, taken more time with it. Yeah, kids are the best, dude. Best part of my life, that's for sure. They kind of make your identity, you know. And it's a wonderful part of my life. I don't know that everybody should have children. Matter of fact, I know not everybody should have children. There's some very bad parents out there, people that would make bad parents. And people that just don't want to make the commitment. And that's, you know, kind of the thing that you need to do as parenting, is really be prepared to make a commitment, or be prepared to make shitty human beings. That is what happens. And I don't bash on people at all. Oh, that's going to be a garbage scepter, right? I don't know. Maybe it could be better. Because I think mine was like level 14. It's so far behind. You know, you get out what you put into your kids. If you don't take the time to instruct and be patient and teach them the world, then they tend to turn out pretty shitty. They don't have to be inner city kids to turn out like crap. You know, there's plenty of all different. Matter of fact, really wealthy people I know that, like, I had a friend in high school lived on a place that I grew up in a rather affluent. Well, I don't want to say grew up. Part of my upbringing, high school years. I grew up in Boca Raton, Florida, which is a rather affluent place in the United States, and I had one friend, or more of an acquaintance, in high school that when we pulled up to his house, I had thought we pulled up to the country club. It was so big, and there's people walking around, gardeners and all kinds of shit. And I had been to Josh's house, and his parents didn't even live with him. They had butlers and nannies and stuff, and they came twice a year. So it's not just poor people that do terrible parenting and just trying to get government paychecks. You know, there are some wealthy people that just can't be bothered, and they'll just pay other people that are not a loving parent to take care of their children. You know, they're paying them to do it. It's not like people who adopt and lovingly raise a child. It's butlers and shit that raise a kid. And he was kind of an asshole. And he grew up to be a burnout doing yard work. Started his own yard work business. He had like a $50 million home in the 80s, and he ends up running a lawn business. Jesus. But he just never had any inspiration to do anything more with his life. He was irresponsible and just bleh. So again, you know, that's complete absentee parenting, and I don't even know if those parents would have been there if they would have really been better parents. Maybe those butlers and nannies and servants and shit did a better job of raising him than they would have. But the premise is still the same. I bet you would. But you never know, because maybe you wouldn't have had the onus. If you don't have to do anything, people tend to settle in at the lowest level possible, path of least resistance. It's all of the things that happen to us in our lives that lead us to where we are. And adversity shapes character. If you notice, I didn't think much of any of the really wealthy kids. I mean, very, very few. One of my best friends, or my best friend from high school, he came from a wealthy family, and he was a go-getter. And he did very, very well all by himself. But his parents were there, and I loved his parents. You know, they were definitely actively involved in his child rearing. Didn't pawn that off on nannies and shit. Didn't pay for it. Didn't buy a kid. So, but by and large, many of those really affluent kids, I didn't care for them. That's why I left. Oh, good. I haven't even gone back for a reunion. I just don't. Didn't care for that upper echelon, if you want to put it that way. They might have nice things, but they are horrible people. I like it up here in the Cleveland area where people, you know, they're not overly nice like that Southern hospitality, but they're not overly rude. They're just salt of the earth folks, and it's just fine by me. I lived out on the West Coast, and I'm sorry if you're a West Coaster, but y'all are weird. Very, I don't know. Seemed like living in La La Land. All right, let's pull some levers. It is a one-shot. I mean, you can call it that, but yes. It's kind of like how you have to build not just the monk, but pretty much the ranger, too. The sorceress is a little different. She just kind of electrocutes the entire screen. I think that the mercenary, you know, he's ranged. Both the sorceress and the mercenary are ranged. And so they just kind of fill the screen with explodey stuff. The witch, she will just let her minions do the work and isn't exposed to as much danger. So it's kind of slower, a little more methodical, but places like this are just, oh, I hate these. And they put that, I'm hiding from you crap on the ground there. See this stuff? I don't know what's in there that makes it so bad, but it hurts. They drop stupid on the ground that you can't see. That seems just kind of stupid to me. Alright, so I'm full. Pick up some garbage like that. That's the one bad thing about the monk is that because of the way you move, you end up picking up garbage for no apparent reason. And so your inventory you're having to constantly kind of muck with. My mic is constantly peaking now. Let me see if I can fix that. Let me turn it down just a bit. See if that helps any. Let me know if the audio is any better. I kind of turned down the input volume. Hopefully, I turned down the input volume. But thanks for that, Matt. Oh, but isn't it taking the mic from OBS? All right, thanks, Joe Brain. I hope there's no more deaths. It's too costly at this stage of the game. All right, also, let me see if I can go in and do something. Sorry, I'm going to do some sound settings since I'm still kind of new on this. Cut down the volume a bit. So let me know if I need to turn up volume or turn down volume. Really do appreciate that kind of, no pun intended, input. Okay. I turned down the volume the best that I can. Also, there's a mic volume here on the mic itself. Let me see if that helps. I don't know. So it might be a bit lower on the volume. Let me know if it's too low out there in Happy Land. Still no red line, so I haven't unlocked the middle. My volume was too low. No. Alright, well, let's turn it up. In the different areas. Well, that looks like it's overdriving a little. So that should be a little better on overdriving, but the volume may still be low. Let me know and I'll tweak it up a little bit. It's too low and it's still peaking. Not sure how to fix that. Well, might have to do some test streams for that. for now, what I'll do is I will kind of try to take it away from my mouth. If I turn down the Windows volume, yeah. Let me turn it down to 50 on the Windows setting, and I don't know, it might be one of the filters that I applied in OBS that's making it sound like it's peaking, because I'm not seeing it get into the red. It's barely getting into the yellow. Now, let me know. Lost track of what I'm doing here. Also, I don't know if you're still here, Time Capsule. Let me know if you have time and or want to start working on your monk, and I certainly don't mind stopping the stream and helping you get set up. All about the friends. Make sure I don't get hit when I'm trying to pull the damn lever. Okay, just let me know. Sounds like a tin can. Well, that definitely shouldn't be. Yeah, Matt, if you have a minute after this, let me know. Let me see about this one. Okay, maybe I had the wrong mic. Kind of unfortunate because it doesn't label which mic. I'll cut them both down to 55 because I don't know which one it's using. The input. So they're both down at 50% now in Windows. There's also no quality setting in Windows. At least not in the sound section. Output. All right. I don't know what I did. I clicked on a bunch of things. Let me go back to both of those input devices and set them up to 75%. I don't know which one it's using because they both have like 2.0. So it's kind of unintuitive as to which one is the one that's... Oh, now I see the format quality. They're the highest. We'll have to play with this after the stream. I don't want to bore people to death on the stream. Hopefully, hopefully that fixes it to some degree, at least for today, and we can get back to fixing that sometime off screen. But I certainly do appreciate the input. And people hate bad audio. Oh, now I got 3 mobs again. Let me see if I can't take this boss out first. Try to clear some of the danger before I actually try to tackle. Oh. Die. Don't know why I ran out of mana there. And this is like a level 10 map or something. Shouldn't be struggle busing so much. It is boosted till it's yellow. So I don't want to boost it any more than that. It'll maybe just a little bit. I mean, that's getting close to red, and I'm sure when it'll get up to red. So want to be careful about that too. Hopefully you can hear me. All right. Oh, I'm gonna be able to get my lightsaber going. Both of these guys really. There. Got him.
I carry few possessions.
Of course, now I gotta go back down. At least I finished the map. It's a little quiet, but miles better. Really not sure what I can click on to make it even more better, but it is what it is. Does it still sound like a tin can? Anyways, I don't know. I'll have to play with it and hopefully I can figure out my sound issues. Just set up a new gaming rig down here in the basement so I could do these streams. Other PC that I was streaming on previously could not handle running Path of Exile 2. So now that I got a new one for Christmas, it's going to be a period of adjustment to where, let me see if I can turn up the volume on the mic itself. Maybe that's a little better. There's going to be an adjustment period of, you know, turning all the knobs and dials and getting things right where I want them. Not the worst, but that seems like a low-level item. Yeah. And it's got a decent amount of max life. More evasion, but I want like 400 evasion, so yeah. Garbage. 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 Now we're going to salvage for superior items and socketed items. Oh, okay. I was tweaking that, so kind of odd, but cool. Is it still low? Gives a +5, we're in good shape. Nope. Still low. All right. Well, let's see if this does anything, and or if it just. Oh, yeah. No, that was bad. We're gonna remove that. That had to be bad. I was watching it completely make the meter completely red. I don't know what this is going to do. Probably nothing. And just playing with knobs and dials is not exciting content for our viewers. So let's go back to the sound settings. Yeah, we don't do that. It's just my local speaker. I'm kind of hesitant to adjust those any higher. I mean, I have a feeling that that'll start overdriving at some point. All right, well, I'm just going to go with it and we'll muck about with it later. All right. Let's do it. We're going to have to, like, I don't know, do this like in a private video session. I don't know. Well, the OBS meter, I put a gain on it and it was like overdriving the crap out of it. So I don't know that. I mean, and it just went like every single thing I did just made the meter go completely red. I'll put a gain filter on it and we'll try that again. And I don't think noise gate's gonna help, but we'll do a gain filter again, and I'll do it a little bit. Let me see if this helps at all, rather than just driving it to the moon. Gain like 5 dB. All right. So let me know if that's any better. And like I said, I just want to get back to making the contents for the peoples, and I can stop and do whatever. All right. Let's put stuff away. Put our toys away. So, I don't know, did you play the monk some more last night, Matt? And if so, what'd you think? Elon's map. I got to thank Elon for giving us an incredibly awesome meme for everybody to get behind. That looks like a complete shite amulet that's just going to get sold. All right, so the augury done. Switch back over to my my witch. Now that I'm not running through tight-ass corridors and getting all my minions stuck behind doors constantly. And I think what I'm going to do, rather than depending on audience input, I think it's just going to be a good idea to make a series and with this charged up staff. I'm telling you, I think you might want to try the Ice Strike. It's so good. Even without the ring, it's so good. And yeah, with the charged up staff, it's amazing. Just like pop, 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 pop. But if you rewind this live stream a bit, you'll see I got popped myself by a boss. Just came in and huzzah, dead. Maybe I was just playing poorly, but that's probably going to always be the case. All right, so even though it's a tower, I do want to use a tier 15 map to try to get more maps. Map sustain has been a painful thing for me in endgame. That's a good thing. Ooh, that's a bad thing. And that's okay, but it's only 95%. So unlikely that we're going to even replace this tier 15 map. But we'll try. The nice thing about the ice strike is that even if it doesn't instantly pop something, which it almost always does, is that you use just whatever trash level map in the towers, but I don't know if... I mean, it's changed a bit since the patch. Some of them can be a bit bigger, and there's still an ability to drop maps. You know, when you're talking min-max, probably somebody like you won't want to. But for me, it's fine, you know. I do not think... See, so we had... we only got 6% on that last tower, so... Probably only going to get 6% on this one. I don't know why I just did that. Oh. Get off me. Oh, are these those little, like, flies that kind of bug out and fly underneath the bridges here? So I put, life bars over enemy mobs. And I don't know if you saw that, and you can rewind it a little bit. But there were, like, mobs underneath these towers. I'm not sure how that happens. Probably some sort of bug. And I'm too lazy to report it. Yo, coach! What's up, buddy? Don't know if you're, into the AoE, or I'm sorry, the PoE. AoE. PoE. I'm so good, I'm just shooting backwards at no mobs. Alright. Go faster. I don't know if you're into the PoE2 madness. I am certainly hooked. And I'm not very good, as you can witness how bad I am at this game. I am not an elite player, but hopefully, you know, people like me sinking significant time into it and showing you gameplay and talking through my poor decision-making process can make the game slightly more approachable to other people. You know, that it's okay not to be uber and still enjoy the game. Single target invoker, Tempest Flurry is correct. I haven't even tried, to be honest with you, with many of the other monk things, but I always like frost stuff. I like to control things so that I can go as slow as possible and kind of take my time with things. It feels a little better. I've always been a kind of control player, even in games like EverQuest. I've played an enchanter, and WoW I liked doing crowd control with both the mage and the hunter for crowd control classes. You know, with traps and your pet and whatnot, freezing traps. So I've just always enjoyed that style of play to kind of control the situation, not make it as chaotic and just a race. Ugh. Do I really want to take a break? I'll be nice. So somebody just messaged me about the trade system, and I do this just for giggles. So that person wants to buy something that I have listed for 1 Exalted. Not really almost even worth the time to go. I have plenty of Exalted. But in order to sell it to him, I need to invite him to the party, and I need the Squire's Expert Dual String Bow of the Marksman. I need to find that in my Marketplace tab. That would be the one. And that is the... As soon as he shows up, he'll probably open trade with me, but I can open it with him. And then he said, Squire's Expert Dual String Bow of the Marksman, because it's got +4 to projectile skills. Oh, I have to hover over his to be able to accept the trade, and there we go. So that was just some blue trash that I picked up in one of the maps. Wow. I don't even know what just happened there. I guess the party was bigger than I saw. So I might as well clear out since I'm here anyways. Garbage that I picked up. Death is the best crowd control. I mean, true, but, you know, some of that is a level of skill, which I just don't have. So I'd rather have slow and steady than frustration at not getting good. And as you age, you care much less about getting good, and you just want to chill. So, Coach, would love to have you come join us in the PoE sickness, if you have the time, which, you know, probably not. But I would certainly be willing to help you get started and enjoy the game. But as far as your comment about the Tempest Flurry being cracked from the monk, I mean, I know for sure you would definitely like the monk better than the witch. It's too slow for you, probably. I don't know if you're I think you're more of a martial player, meaning melee-ish. So I don't know if you would like supposedly the sorceress, mage, whatever, is like that's the class that like the top clearers tend to use. I guess an invoker too. They're pretty high up there as well. So I guess you can make this way more better than I do. But at least it's fairly simple concept. Let your duders run out in front of you. Well, I mean, supposedly, like, the Archmage is like the top thing that people use to clear pinnacle bosses and things. I tried playing the sorceress, and it feels a bit squishy to me, and you know, you have nothing else out there to kind of grab mobs' attentions to give you enough time to assess what's going on the screen. And I don't see them like one-shotting like the monk. But like the monk has a nice ability, and why I can use it is because, you know, if I see it, I just click on it and hopefully it dies. The sorceress has to survive with their mana shields and whatnot and fill the screen full of sparks and shit. Uh-oh. Lots of blood things. Don't like it. Can't even get in there to... Oh! Let's get out of there. Come on, catch up. Catch up, boys. There we go. I can just kind of run away until I can control the situation, and then I can run back. That was one of those stupid blood things, because this is a corrupted map. And there was already a shitload of mobs there. I like being able to run away, little girl. That was my favorite raid. World of Warcraft, the Karazhan raid, was probably one of my favorite video gaming experiences ever. I don't know if that helps out much. I don't know if that buff applies to my minions. Oh, that hurt. Did not see that coming. Good thing it did not one-shot me. Like I said, I'm kind of the worm on the hook. I draw things in and let my guys go to work. Let them do their thing. And since there's so much ground clutter and I can't see if I'm standing in stupid, that's why I'm always running in, running out, moving sideways, rolling out. Like, it just preemptively. It's just far too likely that you are going to be standing in stupid. So, yeah, it's not when I'm moving around that I always see it danger. You can see my guys just kind of bunched up here, so losing a good chunk of my DPS going up these little elevation scales. I mean, okay. I don't know that you just don't strike me as like a minion build kind of dude. Feels like you want to be much more visceral and up in the action and having much more direct control rather than letting your minions do the work. I think you might get bored by minions. Get up there. If there was stupid standing under all this loot, I wouldn't know it.
I think not.
I like that there are different play styles, at least, that the game accommodates. Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you like the... I think you want to push more buttons.
Go on. Go.
I do not. I'll say that that's one of the big advantages of PoE2 over PoE1 for me, is that I don't have to push nearly as many buttons. PoE1 was just constant, and I mean constant, mashing buttons. I couldn't even mash them as fast as the game really, in order to play it well, wanted me to do. Yeah, that's not... I don't want that sort of task saturation. I want to chill on a Sunday morning and drink my coffee if there's none left. Elon's map. I want a more relaxed play experience. But that's level 81, so it's the lowest rarity of items found. Oof, it's terrible. Ooh. We're going to juice that gem. That could be good. Oh, don't be crap. Don't be crap. That's kind of crap. We're going to waste an exalted on it. I mean, that's more for... I wish that spell damage and critical hit chance applied to the minions, but I do not think that it does. So 3 out of the 4 on that thing don't apply to my minions. So that's not... It's not worthy of replacing my current gem set. I wonder, like, I'm holding on to chaos stuff because I have a feeling they're going to make some chaos builds that are going to make chaos damage a thing. And so I have a feeling those are going to be... people just kind of get rid of it because chaos damage is kind of trash at the moment. There's not a lot of good chaos builds. So, not that there aren't any, but I have a feeling, I'm starting to hang on to, like, plus the chaos damage, rings and amulets and gems. So I suspect that that's going to be a thing, so I'm sort of holding on to some of those items for now, but, they're going to be small, like rings and gems and amulets, because they only take up 1 spot. All right, cool. So we completed the map at least, but I'm going to go continue to clear it out. And I want to see what a full clear gives me for XP, because we started at 88%. Now we're at 92. We got a full 4%. Woo! I'm crushing it. So what's going to be funny is I bet that we get up to like 94%. That's going to kind of suck. As long as I don't get killed by any of those damn corrupted blood guys that just... Ugh. I hate those. If I could remove them from the maps, I would. Oh, get off me. Oh. I don't even know what it was that shot that. But I know it was blood. Didn't have much of an ability to avoid it, so I tried to roll out of it. Yeah, I have a feeling we're not even going to get up to 94%. Maybe get 1 more percent. It'll be at, what, 93%? There's not enough mob density in these towers. I wouldn't mind them even making the tower maps bigger, because you spend so much time on these bridges that just don't have mobs. Either that or add mobs to those bridges. Just to increase the mob density on the maps, I think would be a good idea. And that would make doing maps a bit more fun. Or at least meaning. Dude, what the F? Why is my screen shaking? I need to disable that. Oh! Yeah, see, it spawned more of those stupid corrupted blood guys. Come on, folks. Oh, I don't know what that was. I don't even know what's doing that. Clearly, that guy. All right. Should be safe enough for me to take the time to look and see what loot dropped. And yeah, I know. I should be setting it up in a loot filter. I got you. I need to go get the real loot filter and I guess set it up a little better. Just kind of lazy because, like, to set up the loot filter and maintain it, it's gonna take time. You see that? They froze the dude. That's what I love about these frost mages. They're like, wait, time out. I didn't see you coming. Stop doing that, whatever it is you're doing. But I love my frost mages. I don't think I'll ever go back to a... I know it's super easy, at least in your mind, but it just takes effort, and I'm super lazy. I think you underestimate my laziness. Filter blade. I'm more familiar with Neversinks, so I'm probably going to check out his latest release. Alright, and I think that's pretty much it for the maps, as far as I can see. Oh, no, there's one more over this way. Or maybe a couple more. Don't know. It'll reveal in a second here. Man, have I been streaming for a couple hours? Probably need to, like, not. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Called something different. Oh, yeah, I have been at this for a couple hours, I guess. How long have I been streaming, Matt? All right, yep, that map is clear, and we are at a whopping 93%. So, maybe on the next map, I level up to 89, 87 minutes. All right, so not quite an hour and a half.
Speak.
What can I do for you?
Garbage? Garbage. And garbage? Definite garbage. Here, we'll go to the filter blade. You guys can't see it. Oh. Sign in with PoE. Not loving that. I know he's... I don't want to sign in with my account. Wouldn't that put my account info on his website? Not super comfortable. We'll go for it. It's like, wouldn't it have to... What? Login successful. Please refresh your original window and use the blue autosave box to load your changes again. I have no idea what that means. Um, reset filter? Don't know. I don't understand. Which I guess options. Sorry, I was doing the filter thing behind the scenes. Now see this is not offering me the whatever filter blade. I don't know if I have to.
Until next time.
All right. Well, whatever. Let's see what happens. Not sure I'm following exactly what's happening.
Greetings. On with the work.
All right, let's take a look at the map. I'm the map. Yeah, I'm not super comfortable with it, Coach. And we'll see what happens. And it's a .xyz site, so why don't we do that after the stream? I'm only going to stream for a little bit longer. Go greet the family for the morning. All right, so that's definitely completed. We can throw another tablet in there. Juice our maps a little bit more. That's garbage. Again, I want more waystones. More. So these, let me show you what that means before. So that's currently 30%. You see that bottom one there? It's 5% gold, 10% rarity items, and 30% increased waystones. This gives 10% increased gold and 16%. So it should be 40% increased chance of getting. I don't know the answer to that question, Coach. And even if it is available on Mac, I don't know if you're able to. I think you got to be able to play with other people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm generally going to say no. Are you a Mac guy? Is that a thing? Are you talking about the filter blade being available for Mac? It's on Steam. It's on, I don't know, like Xbox or something. So Path of Exile 2 no longer has Mac support. And does not have a native. PoE2 is currently in early access and does not have a native Mac client. Play PoE2 on Mac. You can use software like Crossover to emulate it. You can also stream games from your PC to your Mac using the Steam Link app. I don't understand that. But then there's a video showing PoE2 on M4 Pro, MacBook Pro instructions and blah, blah, blah. So it looks like you might have to do extra steps, but it's possible. Not sure what to say about that. Yeah. That's unfortunate, but I would hold off until NVIDIA releases its next month versions of video cards. That's typically like the choke point of good PCs, and so they'll be trying to desperately get rid of older versions. Yep, see, it increased my waystones found in the area from 30 to 46, so that's good. We're going to just jump right to the next map. And the next tower. They're just like, I'm going to juice that. And then I don't know if there's a good way to get down to this tower. I hate this sort of bug. Where it like, oh, Mire is so bad. Such a bad map. Definitely going to use a low level to get there when I can. But I can't even see all the connectors. So there's no connector this way, of course. Like, you got to go all the way around and do all these maps. You get... How the hell... Does that go nowhere? That's kind of stupid. Another limestone hideout. So I think in order to get there, I'd have to go here, 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 here to get there. So that's like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hops to get to that tower. That's kind of butt baloney. I don't like why. Why are there no connections between any of these and that? Oh, there's a citadel at least. So I need to be making my way over that way eventually. But what I'll probably do next, once I get these towers all juicing this area, is probably go here and here, 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 here to here, and start uncovering this area. I really want to get to this tower so that it will reveal, hopefully, that citadel. And I don't think there's any other citadels that I can see in this general area. So I like the fact that, you know, they added this. This means that there's a citadel there. And it gives you, like, rather than randomly guessing on this, it's a perpetually expanding map. Like, it just generates when you get to an edge more map, so it never ends. But before, you just kind of guessed where to go, and at least by showing the citadels in the fog of war, so to speak, which I don't really understand why they do that on a map, but okay, cool. But, you know, you would just guess, and as you see there's so few of them, how would you know that this is the way you need to start working towards? I don't even really know how to get there. I'd have to go here, 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 here to even see this, and it could just be cut off, and I have to go all the way around this way, get over to the citadel, or go up around this way. I guess would be less effort. So it's kind of ass. I kind of don't like it. What's the point of the game? To burn time. This is the end game of the game, which is nice. You know, it's to get better loot, to get more stuff, to do higher content, to get better loot. But there are seasons as well. So, when it resets, your characters don't go away and your stuff doesn't go away. It just goes into what they call a different season that kind of most people don't care about as much. It just depends on where you want to play. But most of the people, of course, jump to the new season, right? There's ladder rankings and all kinds of stuff, which don't matter to me. Now I don't know where I am, so I have to kind of reset. I wish there was like a center on me sort of thing. Maybe there is, I just don't know where it is. All right. We're just going to go here. That'll be my next move. Get 6% and, you know, be 1% short of leveling. There's reasons. All right, so let's grab a P15 map. So it's just kind of like Diablo 2. I mean, great question. But all games, they just burn time. But there's a campaign mode, which I'm not doing. And if you want to see, like, me walk through building a brand new character from the beginning, that's another great question, Coach. You can play with other people. They kind of punish you for doing it. Matt and I go back and forth on the benefits and the drawbacks of that. But if you watch most of the content creators, by and large, most people play it solo like I'm doing now. And the main part of that is that you get all the loots. Now, more loot will drop in... okay, I'm already... Ooh, do I even... So, do I have that in the marketplace? I have to, okay. Wow, I'm normally not this active on the trade. Kind of, maybe I'm getting luck from streaming, you know what I mean? You can see when they show up in your area once this gets colored in. You can see their life bar. and I can trade. I really hate the trade system. All right. Got a couple exalted for a map I did not want to do anyways. People don't. I mean, it's like Diablo in that respect that, you know, kind of the fastest click, but you can set up like a delay where it kind of saves the loot for other people, but people don't want long delays because they want to click on their loot real quick and move on to the next mobs. So melee players have somewhat of an advantage because they're close up to where the loot drops. So if you're a ranged player, you kind of, you know, hopefully there'll still be something left there when you play. So you don't want to be playing with random people. But if you play with people like me and Matt and Time Capsule, you know, if you play with people you know and like and trust, then I'm sure the loot will get divvied up far more fairly. And if you join us, we actually have a Cardboard Odyssey guild. And we'll have, you know, loot. If you become a member, there are member tabs. And then if you're not a member, well, we're going to add more tabs. Pat has to transfer over leadership to me. We talked about it on the show last night or after the show. And we'll have, you know, channel subs, level tabs. Some will be reserved just for the members. Sorry, membership has benefits. And, or, you know, 99 cents a month. And we'll, you know, fill these up. You can see there's quite a bit of gear, mainly for leveling. As far as like uniques, do I have rings that I could put over there? Sure. I have no belts, so I'd have to go through and strip them off characters. I think we already have most of the quarterstaffs. And the only one that matters is this Nazir's Judgment. And yeah, we've already got one here. So. As far as belts, there's a belt. I don't know that I have a belt. I usually don't put it in my tab unless I see one over here, but yeah, it's clearly either I grabbed the rings for leveling up a tune or something. Who knows? I don't know. But if there's a problem, you know, just poke me. Say, hey, put stuff back in that tab. Because I'm not actively, like, leveling the tune up, and so the gear's just sitting there waiting. Yeah, I mean, most of the uniques are not that great anyways, even for leveling up. That staff does help, but I think it's, like, at least level 11 first. So, yeah. Maybe there's some leveling gear that can help a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. I mean, the monk does kind of suck up till about level 14. All right, concentrate on what I'm doing here. But yeah, if you decide to play, and certainly being a sub to our channel will have some benefits, and you can join our guild and we can do runs and help you get set up, and I can help kill bosses if you want to do that, or at least provide info about how to play. But being on a Mac, that's kind of almost a double whammy, because there's going to be a lot of stuff there that I don't know. Not playing on a Mac, not playing on an emulated or an emulator, which can have its own challenges that I just won't be able to answer anything about. Like I said, my suggestion is, if you're a PC gamer, or if you're a gamer, you know, when the next gen of video cards comes out, I'm not saying get the next gen video cards, but you can get, you know, good value that will certainly be able to play this game out of the last generation stuff, and they should have some decent sales coming up here. Like, believe me, there are going to be places trying to empty their warehouses of the old stuff to make room for the new stuff, and I think you'll find some good deals. I'd be perfectly satisfied. Because to be quite frank, I think when you're talking about like the bleeding edge of the newest software, yeah, or hardware, it will allow you to play at the max capability of things. And much of it, like, as I understand, you're just not, you're never going to use the new abilities. It's just, you know, games and software and whatnot are still behind where the hardware is. It's usually the case when you have leapfrogging. So, no reason, no shame in buying a heavily discounted upper end or even mid-tier rig at extreme values when they release new generation hardware. So I think there's going to be some good deals. Yeah, that's kind of what happened with my monk as well. I mean, there's like that programmed in, like you kill him and then you have to kill him again. And there's like a 30-second thing. But monks are definitely boss killers for sure. And they're not bad at clearing maps, but again, in my opinion, it's a little riskier. Much more likely to take some hits. And I'm not good enough to clear as fast as a monk on this build, but I build it intentionally to be slow and more methodical. Oh, I think we never did the shrine on the one thing, or maybe we did. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to knock it out now. Hopefully I don't die. So I pop my Pain Offering, which makes them like do a bunch of damage. But I have to sacrifice one of my dudes to do that. And I don't maximize that by targeting my freebie warriors and leaving up my real damage dealers, which are the mages. I just kind of point in there. Hopefully I hit one of my mobs and, you know, they still, or one of my minions. And it still offers the buff, so that's, you know. I don't hit half of my skills, like that thing, that frost thing you see me spitting out there, that spits out a bunch of, almost like the fireball, this thing. Every one of these things that hits, it puts a debuff where they take more cold damage. But you see, I barely ever use it. I rarely, except maybe on a boss fight. Let's go ahead and pop this. These are the strong boxes, and they're, in my opinion, just kind of hot garbage. But when you cast that little frost thing into one of my fire rings, it enchants the... Who's casting that? Oh, it's the box itself. Sorry, lost track. The point was that I don't, you know, push all the buttons that are certainly available to me. So, again, just showcasing just how much I suck at this game. There's so much more I could do to be so much better. And clear faster and do all that. But I'm more concerned about being able to do it at all than speed at which I do it. I know that there's my dudes just chilling out, hanging out, because they can't figure out how to walk through that wide ass gap here. It's, you know, 3 or 4 players wide, but they can't swing it. I'll come down here and I'll resummon them. Doing the weapon swap thingy. 8 packs of mobs to get through. We're sitting at 96%. So let's clear this out a little bit to give ourselves a little bit of room. I don't know what that star is. I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, it's a legendary. I don't know if that's any good. Probably not. I have yet to have any kind of Uber drop for anything. Did I pick up any garbage? Looks like no. Oh, I think we already have that. Let's go offload. I switch character types after you start. Not sure what you mean by character types. You can build multiple characters, if that's what you're asking. You can, I mean, when you talk about character types, let's get into that a little bit. What defines the type of character, and you can use these on different characters, are these gems that you input. Now, this happens to be very specific for my build, for what's called an ascendancy. Let's not look at that. But by and large, like this skeletal minion gem, you can take it out, put it in, and this will define what it is that your build does. And you have like 9 of these available to you. So that's what really gives you your skill set. And you could put those skills on a warrior or a monk, though they're more designed for a witch build. Like it kind of is, you know, the synergies are better with the witch. And you'll see many kind of crossbreed builds, and that's just one part. So you have the skill gem itself, and then you have support gems that support the main skill gem, which defines the abilities that you use. So you can swap that around with different abilities. If I wanted to start slamming rolling thunder maces on the two-handed maces with my witch build, which I wouldn't recommend, I could do that. Better off building a warrior if that's the direction I'm going to go. Same thing, I could shoot a bow if I wanted to. But I'm not restricted like Diablo, where you choose your abilities based on your class. It's these gems that give you these abilities, and you just synergize better with a specific class. Now, there's also a large part of what defines your build are called these passives, and most of these passives are available to most classes, right? Like down here would be more like the mercenary tree, that they need these sort of other abilities. And I know this looks like a big spaghetti soup, but as you see, I really don't have anything in about 80% of the this skill mapping. This is more the direction that I went, and is more beneficial to minions, though there's, oddly enough, some minions over on this part. Down here, this pie wedge is mainly for, like, monk. This is a caster pie wedge, which really seems odd that there's minions over here. And then you have minion stuff over here. So it's kind of like one of the wider spreads that I've seen. But each of these little things adds more and more abilities that synergize with your build, and you can reassign these. It just costs gold, and the higher level you get, the more gold that it costs to respec. So hopefully that answers your question. Can you switch afterwards? You can have multiple characters that share the same stashes in the same leagues, and I don't want to get into that. Like, there's hardcore, and only your hardcore characters share that set of stash tabs. And solo self-found, only your solo self-found characters share that. In the standard multiplayer league, which is what this is, or the standard league, all my characters that are standard share those stash tabs. So you can switch between characters. Now, when you switch character types, like this character at level 80, I can't become, like, it's a witch. She cannot become a warrior. She can use the warrior abilities. Yeah, but you can change your builds. Like, based off of these passives, based off of the gems that I showed you. Now, the thing that you are stuck with, once you pick an ascendancy, there are currently 2 options for each class. You're locked into these, which give you additional benefits. That's where my little burning hellhound comes from. But he's sort of like a meat shield for me. 20% of damage taken from hits are taken from my hellhound's life before mine. So again, this is a very, very tanky build. It doesn't make a lot of sense as a caster. You would think they would be squishy, but she's actually super tanky. And if I am ever able to do the additional ascendancies, I can play with some of the damage types that I take, and just like you see 2 of them convert cold damage to fire damage and lightning damage to fire damage. If I just stack the resistances more towards fire damage, then I don't have to worry as much about having as high a cold resistance or lightning resistance. I don't really like the physical damage being taken as chaos damage. I wish that would be reversed. If that was reversed, hell yeah. But you get these 3 maximum life nodes, and that's what most people do. They'll take this ascendancy. You see I have 1 point still available. I could put it in here, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense. I could increase these and then just, refund that later. I don't like this one without having the extra life, because taking chaos damage, ouch. And I know there's supposed to be some synergies with like these or something. I don't really understand it. But the point was that for builds where it becomes inflexible is once you pick the ascendancy class, you're locked into that. And you only have ascendancies that are available to the witch, right? So there's 2 ascendancy classes available to the witch. So if you really wanted to play a warrior or whatnot, or that style, now those ascendancies, you really want to pick those classes, whatever they are, to have those specific ascendancies available. So hopefully that explained it fairly well. And again, I suck at this game, so take my advice and stuff with a grain of salt. I definitely do not play the same way that Matt does. A T1 physical damage. Damn you. Why couldn't that have been like a T8, T9? And really juice this thing. But it didn't, so I'm not going to try. What is this? Igniferous Crimson Amulet. Life recovery from regeneration is not applied. Every 4 seconds recover 1 life for every 0.2 life recovery per second from regeneration. What? Seems terrible. I think we even have this one. Yeah, it's already right there. You already have that in mind, so. Black lean, black lean. Really not likely to. Hey, this has an additional. Oh, this is a new one. It has an additional thingy with a 3 to 5 and 3 to 8 fire damage. I think this is one of the upgraded ones, so is this not one of the upgraded ones? No. No, we'll throw it in there. Why not? I don't care. Why won't it let me throw it in there? It was weird. Yeah, I'm sure you can build to it, Matt, for the chaos resistance, but chaos resistance is hard to come by, so unless they start adding better ways to get chaos resistance. That's like the hardest one to get. That's a complete garbage belt.
Dying is not on our side.
Yep, already have those. Is this a new one? I think it is. It's got something else. So they redid some of these. What's missing? Evasion rating, cold damage. Evasion rating, cold damage. I guess the resistance. Okay. Clearly better. Level 11, level 11. Are these in here? Bet they are. Yeah. So I'm just gonna DE these.
Greetings.
Get me another chant shard. Hey, you got a chance orb. Let's do that. We'll end the stream after I finish this tower by gambling with a very rare resource, the Orb of Chance, and try to get a Stellaris, one of the more valuable items in the game that I could sell and trade and blah, blah, blah for mo better stuff. All right. So emptied out. We should be done with this tower pretty soon, and then we'll do the random chants from that chant shard, which I've only had maybe like 10 and they've all poofed. So 99% chance that it's just gonna poof. All right, now we're gonna try to do this strong box. Okay, got me a regal orb and some transmute orbs. Not the most amazing thing. We'll pick that up. Maybe we could craft that into a better monk staff. Yep, look. That was right before we were done. And that got us a whopping, I don't know, 4%? 3%? 4%? I think it was 3%. So have to do at least one more map without dying. You get up to level 89. We're not going to do that this morning. All right. So let's salvage whatever we're going to salvage. Identify.
Yes.
Disenchant. Only one thing to disenchant.
LBU. Waiting.
That's a terrible affix. That's a terrible prefix. See, over here, you can tell the tier. And, I mean, it rolled really good for the tier 3 prefix, but not good enough. I don't know, maybe I'll throw the Regal Orb at it. Let's do it. Let's try it. We need, like, a tier 9. Was absolutely horrible. 5 life per enemy. So that was a waste. It doesn't bother me because I really didn't get deeply into... Oh my god. So crafting is full of like, oh my god. Oh shit. Didn't mean to do that. Meaning terrible. Your chances of crafting something decent are... I think tier 9 currently. I could be wrong. Let me see. Probably the highest tier anything would be... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Damn you. Oh, this is going to be such a pain in the butt. Now I got to resocket all these gems.
This is above my understanding.
Oh, shit. Why can't I equip it? All right, let's see if I have any int boots. That was such a fucking rookie move. Have any? Son of a monkey. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I understand that, you know, people prefer the original, like, oh, it's a tier 1? That's a great affix. But I think, you know, on the other hand, that they can add more affixes, I think that, I don't know, 6 of one, half a dozen of another. But yes, I get it. By making tier 1 the highest, you always know that's the best possible. Now I gotta find something. I can't equip stuff until change out. So all attributes. I have a high in ring, maybe. No. There you go. Hopefully.
Feast on flesh.
All right. I gotta resocket all these things. Such a pain in the butt. I'm pretty sure that was a shit affix, but I don't have another staff, I think, maybe in my marketplace that would be higher with that specific. Yeah, so there's one that has a tier 5 at least. I know with that one it was crap. So this one has a T5 physical damage, and I think there's some that are even higher. Oh no, this doesn't have the flat physical. So, I don't know. But I get it. You know, that it kind of simplifies it by having the tier 1. I blame to them. There's a lot of things. Of all the things in the game to fix, that's not high on my personal list. But, you know, each of us has something that's more near and dear to each of us. I would rather they fix or change and fix the minions so they just go through the damn doorways. Whatever their nonsense garbage explanation was during the dev chat, I think sucks. Yep. So I'm going to do the chance orb real quick, and then I'm going to be done. So let's grab that chance orb. And then I need... That's not the right tab. Can't do that one. But I can do that one. It's going to be a low-level chance, 75. But we'll take a shot at it. So there are two things that can happen. It'll either give me a unique, or it'll poof. And it poofed. So those chance orbs are pretty rare. You'll see that I had none. So that was very lackluster. Like, that would have been dope if I would have hit it. That would have been great, and having it recorded. But I think that's going to do it for me for now. Thank you, everybody and anybody that's tuned in or anybody that watches this afterwards. We have a live show every Saturday night that I'm part of at 7 p.m. Eastern called Cardboard Conversations. Later on today, Matt's going to be streaming some Dungeons and Dragons content, and our channel, if you're not familiar with it, does all different kinds of gaming, board games, card games, video games, general geekery between just 3 dudes. So we cover quite a wide range of gaming stuff, with probably the main route being Magic the Gathering. So give us a like and a subscribe if you liked anything we've done here. Give me some commentary here, whether you liked it, hated it, yeah, you suck. Willing to take it all in so long as it's constructive. But y'all have a good day out there. Thanks for watching.